Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through all the games that are leaving Xbox Game Pass on the 16th, which is just in 2 days. I went back and forth about whether or not to even put this video out, but I figured it was still worth making a short video about and letting you guys know what my thoughts were, even though I didn't get an opportunity to really get to play as much of these as I was hoping to. So let's go ahead and take a look at Dyson Sphere program first. This was a game preview that was available. It is on sale for $15.99, normally $19.99. This is developed by Youth Cat Studio, released October of 2022 with a 4.22 gigabyte install size. This is an early access game. Even if you were to get it in like buy it from the shop or get it from another platform, this is still in early access and a work in progress. It may or may not change over time or release as a final product. Purchase only if you're comfortable with the current state of the unfinished game. It's a sci-fi simulation game with space adventure exploration and factory automation elements where you can build your own galactic industrial empire from scratch. In the distant future, the power of science and technology has ushered in a new age for the human race. Space and time have become irrelevant thanks to virtual reality. A new kind of supercomputer has been developed, a machine whose super artificial intelligence and computing capability will push humanity even further. There's only one problem: there isn't enough energy in the whole planet to feed this machine. You're a space engineer in charge of project launched by the Space Alliance Cosmo, tasked with the massive undertaking constructing Dyson Sphere's a mega structure where you can orbit around a star, harnessing all of its energy and power to produce the energy that humanity needs. So with this, it states that it's about 63 hours to beat the main story, 110 hours for the main and extras, and 206 hours for completionist. With this one, I didn't get far into it. To be honest, I just really was not in the best headspace. So with this one, it is very much um, kind of hard to get the hang of for me personally. I think that if I would have done the tutorial, maybe it would have helped some more, but it just wasn't intuitive. I tried to go in and just jump right into the gameplay, but I feel like this is definitely one that you need the tutorial for. With this, though, I will state that it does have overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. All the reviews, there's 74,000 of them, are overwhelmingly positive. 651 of the recent reviews are all overwhelmingly positive. And it seems like this is a game that, for its niche, did very well. So I would definitely say that if this is something you're interested in picking up, maybe read some of those Steam reviews. There's a lot of them, and kind of see if this is something that you might be interested in doing. I will say the graphics are really pretty. I was just struggling to kind of get the hang of what to do. So the next game that we have is EVERSPACE 2. This is on sale for $19.99, typically $49.99. This is by Rockfish Games, released August of 2023 with an install size of 35.85 gigabytes. It's a fast-paced single-player spaceship shooter with worthwhile exploration in space and on planets, tons of loot, RPG elements, mining, and crafting. Experience a thoughtful sci-fi story set in a vivid, handcrafted open world full of secrets, puzzles, and perils. In the campaign, you will make some friends with their own story to tell. They will join you on side missions and provide certain benefits in the in-game, where vicious encounters and brutal challenges will stand between you and the next epic loot drop. So with this, I played a little bit of it. It kind of goes in between the very beautiful graphic space shooter type of game into these cutscenes that are a very different style than the other, and they switch back and forth, which is a little jarring from that perspective. I wasn't expecting the like cutscene pieces to be that art style. I feel like it would have been better personally to have it in a different art style for that piece because it kind of pulled you out of the immersion of the other pieces of the game. But overall, I did enjoy what I did play of this game. Do I think that I would run out and spend $50 on it? No, but if it is on sale, this might be one that I would be interested in doing. I was very intuitive to get the hang of the flying, which is not always the case in games that have spaceships and things like that. The shooting aspect, the movement on it was a little bit difficult to get the hang of. I think that if I looked into settings to try to minimize the sensitivity of the joystick on that, that it would have been a lot better. But I did in the end get a little better of a hang of it. But at first it was like all over the place. But I really did enjoy this, and if this seems like something up your alley, I was getting pulled into like the story piece of it before I stopped playing. So definitely something worth checking out, especially if you see this before it exits Game Pass. Next, we have F1 Manager 2023. This is on sale for $43.99 and you can buy it for $54.99. This is by Frontier Developments, released in July of 2023 with an install size of 43.21 gigabytes. This is the intense world of Formula One comes alive for a new season of F1 Manager 2023. 23 races, 6 F1 sprint events, new cars, new circuits, including the Las Vegas Strip Circuit, new drivers, new challenges. Your legacy begins here. So, this game challenges you to manage an F1 team of your choice on your terms. Start your career as the team principal at one of the 10 F1 teams and manage every aspect from the factory to the garage to the starting grid. Experience broadcast quality presentation as you take your team through practice, qualifying, and a thrilling race day for each race of the season and beyond. Detailed management systems give you control over your driver, staff, and car, and your decisions determine how the season unfolds. And they also have a replay mode for the race as well, and tons of simulation options available there. So, this game is definitely not up my alley. However, if you are into Formula One racing, this might be something that intrigues you if you want to do a kind of simulation game for that. There's a lot of detail in the management of this game and really gives you the opportunity to kind of see behind the scenes of what goes into creating a successful Formula One team. Again, this isn't something that I would personally play or pick up, but I thought it was very interesting how in depth they went into the production and factory and all the decisions you make, and that it stated that if you aren't doing well that you could basically get fired. I thought that was an interesting touch. So if that seems like something that's up your alley, if you want to like management sim game and you're into Formula One, this might be something that you look into. I would highly recommend at this price point though to try to take advantage of it while it is on Game Pass. Otherwise, that is a pretty steep price for something you're not sure that you would like. If it is past the time frame that this is available on Game Pass, I would take a look and see if there are reviews and videos online that go a little further in depth into what it's like to actually play this game, just because this is definitely one of those games that, depending on the niche and the simulation, it may or may not be a hit for everybody. So definitely something to consider. Next, we have From Space. This is on sale for $11.99, typically $14.99. This has a bundle that you can get that has some additional add-ons and a co-op bundle as well, I guess, with some other games that you can get that you can play in co-op. So this is from Triangle Studios, released October 2023, has an install size of 3.53 gigabytes. This is online multiplayer 2 to 4 players, single player Xbox cross-gen multiplayer. Basically, that's no bubblegum army. That's an endless horde of menacingly pink aliens taking over our planet. Enough sweet talk. Grab your gear. We need you and your squad to defeat the pink pests. Your mission: liberate Earth from the alien horde. So they have story mode, they have horde mode. So this is basically you collect tokens to unlock weapons, items, perks to boost your stats and build your ultimate loadout. The story mode has some missions that you can pick up from people around the environment. You can try to save people that are stuck in different areas. And along the way, you find new weapons, new gear, and all in the effort to try to survive and eliminate these pests. It says it's 10 hours for the main story, 11 hours for main and extras, and this is one that I surprisingly had a really great time playing, and one that I think I might pick up for me and my duo to play, because that co-op action shooter for squads up to 4 is very interesting. The graphics on this is really interesting. It's kind of like a chibi player, um, but it was actually really fun and intuitive to pick up. I appreciate the little like tutorial as you get integrated into it. It's not a separate tutorial or one that is like takes you out of the game experience. It's really integrated well and is fairly quick to get you into the action. And I appreciated that it wasn't a separate tutorial that I had to do, but that this was also intuitive enough that even without it, I think you could have picked it up fairly easy. That is not the case with a lot of the other games in the Game Pass that are leaving this week. A lot of them were just too much effort to put in, and I don't know about you, but as somebody who like works a full-time job and then likes to game after work, I want games that are fun and intuitive to kind of pick up. If it is something that's a little more difficult to kind of get into, it may or may not hit well with me depending on how it's presented because I'm tired from the day. So it's something that I would have to like devote time to and find time on like a weekend to do. So I appreciated the simplicity of this, but it was also very entertaining as well. So definitely something worth checking out. The last one on the list is Scorn, and this is on sale for $31.99. Typically sells for $39.99. This is by Ebb Software, released October of 2022 with an install size of 28.15 gigabytes. This is a single player game. It is an atmospheric first person horror adventure game set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. It's designed around the idea of being thrown into the world, isolated and lost inside this dreamlike world. You will explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion. This unsettling environment is the character itself. Every location contains its own theme, story, puzzles, and characters that are integral in creating a cohesive world. Throughout the game, you will open new areas, acquire different skill sets, weapons, various items, and try to comprehend the sights presented to you. So the gameplay features is a cohesive lived-in world. It takes place in an open-ended world with different connected regions. It's a maze like structure with various rooms and paths to discover. All the storytelling happens in game with no cutscenes to distract you from the grisly reality of the living, breathing world you're in. But keep your eyes open, the game won't show you any sympathy if you miss something important on your uneasy travels. Full body awareness, better immersion, being aware of the body character's body and movement. Interaction with the world is realistic. Objects are picked up with your hands in instead of just floating mid-air. Machines and instruments are operated by grabbing the controls, etc. So with this, it is definitely like what they said, being thrown into the world. Um, I first of all did not like personally how quickly our character was very comfortable with just sticking their hands and fingers into places that I'm like, why are we doing this? We don't know what we're doing here, and we're just like sticking our hands and fingers in everything. And that image alone was just like, ugh. But with this, it is definitely that. If you're looking for a first person horror experience and you want to just be thrown in and figure things out, if that's your thing, this might be a game for you. Personally, I was, again, not probably in the right headspace to try to figure these things out, but it is definitely one of those things that I think from seeing other people play it is very interesting. And I like that you basically have to just figure it out, but at the same time, I do like having some context of the world. Like, give me some storytelling, tell me why I'm here, what my goal is. I just woke up basically and just have to wander around and figure out what to do wasn't my kind of aesthetic, and I didn't personally enjoy it. I think that I would enjoy watching other people play this, but myself, not so much. But I would say if that sounds like something up your alley, that this is definitely worth checking out. I have seen a friend play this, and it was fun watching them try to figure things out, but not personally me. And again, sticking my hands and fingers in everything just creeped me out. But I guess that's the point of the whole thing. So that is all of the games that are leaving Xbox Game Pass on October 16th. If any of these are interesting to you, do check a look at them. Again, I'm so sorry that this video was not up sooner. I hope to have the next ones up at least 5 days in advance so that you have an opportunity to take a look at the video and then go and check these out for yourself. But if one of these does pique your interest, I would highly recommend taking a look at it. And if it is past the time frame that these are gone, that if one of them are appealing to you, that maybe this helped you decide a new game that you want to pick up and try. I've really been enjoying playing these games that are leaving Xbox Game Pass and doing these videos because it's really opened my eyes to some games that I probably would have never took the time to look at or play. And some of these have actually turned into games that are now on my wish list and that I want to purchase for myself. So I hope that this helped you in some way, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.